Welcome to the morning show with Dave and Rob on the Southern Fried Podcast. We get you up, we start you right, we rock your mornings all the time. Grab your coffee and your smile, join on in for a while. Hear that rooster sing, coffee's ready for a fling. Southern Fried has news for you. Updates on life's going on, and maybe a joke or two. Get up, pray up, and coffee up. Welcome to the morning show with Dave and Rob on the Southern Fried Podcast. We get you up, we start you right, we rock your mornings all the time. Grab your coffee and your smile, join on in for a while. We got laughs, we got prayer, celebrate our nation every day. Love our vets, love our land. It's the home of the free and the land of the brave. Get up, pray up, coffee up. Welcome to the morning show with Dave and Rob on the Southern Fried Podcast. We get you up, we start you right, we rock your mornings all the time. Grab your coffee and your smile, join on in for a while. So come on in and have a blast, for a good time that will last. Start your day with a smile, with the hosts that do the most. And get up, pray up, coffee up. Welcome to the morning show with Dave and Rob on the Southern Fried Podcast. We get you up, we start you right, we rock your mornings all the time. Grab your coffee and your smile, join on in for a while. So come on in.
Good Friday morning to everybody out there. Hope you're having a great start to your day. I know we are here at the Southern Fried Podcast Morning Show. I'm Rob. That's Dave. And we're here to start your day off just right. Hope you're having a great day so far. How's Dave doing this morning? Can't hear you, Dave.
You can now. Good morning.
Yes. Good morning. Those tricksy mute buttons. So how are you doing this morning, sir?
CPR Friday, man. Ready to go get my certification done again. It's that time of year. That's what I'll be doing this morning.
Well, that ought to be fun.
I wouldn't call it fun, but it's
Maybe
life-saving.
There you go.
I'm getting old to get down the floor, but you do what you got to do.
That's right. Have you ever had to do CPR on somebody?
Yes.
Yeah,
I assisted someone. Drug overdose.
My stepdad actually did CPR on my mom. She had, about 2 years before she passed, she had congestive heart failure and her heart stopped. And he did CPR for her until the ambulance got there and they took over and got her to the hospital. And she actually survived that. And we got 2 more years with her. So, you know, that's CPR it is a life-saving skill, and people should learn how to do it.
And I think the greater skill, I mean, that's a great skill, but I think two of the greater skills because I think more people would use them. Is, well, people have heard about the defibrillators and all, and those are now in most restaurants and public places, which are great because they can do a lot of things. Even if people don't want to do certain parts of it, they can use that. But I want to tell you the greatest thing I think, and it's not in everywhere, the greatest thing I think that has been developed, and it developed off of a guy that lives pretty close to me, and he's actually had a push to go on to get them in every restaurant and public place in the area, but is the choke device that is so easy to use. They've never lost anyone when they've used it. Never. It's a one and done. You have to replace it after it's done, but it's a push pull. You forget the Heimlich. You got that thing so easy because some people ain't big enough to do Heimlich on someone, or the person's too big to do it on. Yeah, you can beat on their back and all this stuff for him. You know, there's things you can do, but this device, and I forget what it's called, but it is absolutely the greatest thing because more people are choking in restaurants and stuff than anything else commonly. I've seen that a lot.
Yeah.
And that can lead to CPR moment quickly because the airway's blocked, but it saves lives. It absolutely saves lives. Not that the others don't, but I just think people are shoving food in their mouth, man. They get choked. Every break room in America should have one.
I actually performed the Heimlich once, and it was with the lady that I was working with, and she got choked on her lunch, and she was in serious distress. And, you know, like the first time I did it, this is my first time, you know, actually doing it. I knew how to do it. This is my first time actually doing it. And I did it twice. And I told her, I said, on the third time, I said, look, we fixed to get this out. And I laid into it on that third time. I ended up breaking a rib, but they say if you do the Heimlich right, ribs will be broken. But we got
and that's the beauty of this device is you do not have to do that. It absolutely is easier to use. Anybody can do it. And like I said, to my knowledge, they've not lost anybody that they've used this on. And I'll show you it is so very simple. And let me share a screen here. And I think this is the one. There could be different ones now because people start, but it's the same principle. So, and here you go. Hang on, coming up now. There it is. And you can hang that on the break room wall. You pull that out, it goes right over their mouth. You push that in and pull that out, food is dislodged. Every home should have one.
Oh, wow.
Everybody should have them.
Huh.
And I think if I remember right, if you have to use it and you save a life, they'll replace it free. If I remember right, but it's so simple. But it doesn't require you to be having to lift on people, try to get the position right or anything. And you could do this from any position because sometimes they're going to be down already. You might not be able to get them even where you can get the Heimlich on them. So this is one of the greatest things I've seen in a long time. A guy at work told me about it, and I got into research on it. But I think a guy, if I remember right, the guy that developed this, his brother, unfortunately passed due to that, and he thought there's got to be something we can do, and he has set a goal to get them in every restaurant, school, cafeteria, whatever, in Walker Dade, Walker Catoosa, I know, Hamilton, Bradley County, and there may be one other one, but he's got them in thousands of locations. They get people to buy them, and they take them and give them to the people and say, please put this on your wall in your dining room area so that people can know it's here and save a life. But anyway, I think that's cool, man. It's a plunger, man, but it works. It freaking works.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. It's just pulling it right out, sets suction up, pulls it right out. You know, that the one time that I did the Heimlich maneuver, ribs were broken, but that
works. It will save a life. It's just that some people If you take a guy that's Cook size,
Mm,
there's no way I
yeah.
can get around him. No way.
No.
So you have to go to other ways. This right here, I don't have to worry about his size or how tall he is or how big he is. It just
pulls it right out.
he could be on the ground already. I just got to get an open airway there, put that over, boom, boom, we're done. It takes
That's
some of
awesome.
the fear out, because
know.
another thing is even in CPR classes, and I can tell you this, people don't like touching people, and they don't like people touching them unless it's an emergency situation. Yeah. And it's just the world we live in. And COVID made it a lot worse. We know that. And if I get in trouble for the C word, I really don't give a crap anymore. But we had people say that, because sometimes you're in a class and it might be, there's not enough woman to woman or guy to guy to train. And women don't want some guy putting his arms around them and demonstrating the Heimlich maneuver. I mean, I don't think guys want their wives having to be done like that with a guy that, intimately close with their wife. They just don't. I'm telling you. And women probably don't want that either. But maybe some guys and some women might like that. But most times people ain't going to like it. And people brought it up before, like, I don't feel comfortable with this,
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I mean,
there you go. Now, Steve, Steve-O, he probably would enjoy being that guy that gets up close and personal, with some.
I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. I'm not.
I'll say it. I love Steve-O. I'm telling you, I
I
know
love
he
Steve
would.
too, but I'm not saying it.
He would love to show up and be that guy. I'll save you, ma'am.
Oh,
The
ma'am.
easy bait.
Hey, see, I
Easy
thought
bait
you were talking about
blacksmith.
Steve being the test dummy.
No, I mean like the dude, like he shows up willing to perform
Like
the
Super
Heimlich.
Steve. Yeah, but Steve has never got that right. I don't think. As far as the Heimlich, he pronounces it wrong. He doesn't call it the Heimlich, he calls it the Heimlich, and he ain't got it right yet. Keeps getting it messed up. Good morning, Jenneth. Yes, we're talking about Steve performing the Heimlich maneuver to save a life. And in fact, he and I were talking about that. And I told him I actually got to use the Heimlich once. He said, "What's a Heimlich?" He said, "I've used the Heimlich successfully once or twice, but not the Heimlich. It was just bad."
Well, up there in Ohio, they got names for different things. There's no telling what they call it up there. It's probably called the wrap and squeeze or something. I don't know.
It's probably get them off me. Get them off me.
Who knows up in Ohio? They might try to do mouth to mouth, mouth to belly button. I don't know.
It ain't a belly button.
Well, I was gonna be nice, Rob.
You just hope they don't have gas while you're giving them mouth to mouth in Ohio. Because they have to do it that way up there because they're trying to get oxygen to the brain from the closest point.
Bad.
Oh, sorry, all of our folks up there in Ohio.
Ouch.
I'm just giving you a hard time. We're not for real. We're just joking around. Oh.
Well, we're for real with Steve.
Yeah, but Steve would go up and go, "Huh, hell, he's a bad taste in your mouth." Yeah. I already saved John Fetterman that way.
Oh.
And there we go. You're a hero, Steve.
Now, I think Steve and Fetterman mind melded together.
It looks like they're definitely shopping for the same wardrobe. Oh, that was nice.
Can you just see Steve and Fetterman with their Star Trek outfits on?
Is that what they call their little hoodies and stuff walking around?
I don't know about that, but
I wonder if that's code for something. Live long, prosper.
speaking of living long and prospering, we want America to do that, great American companies. And of course, we are affiliated with Mammoth Nation. I told you I was going to put together some products from a company, and I'm going to put those on the screen now. I like this company. They have a bunch of cool stuff, very affordable. And you get the extra money off by scanning the QR code and being a monthly subscriber. You're going to get discounts, but this company is Domagron, and they got some cool stuff. I just put they have almost 6,000 products, from metal signs to T-shirts to mouse pads, garden flags, you name it. I love some of the sayings for something. You can get that on shirts or anything that you can imprint, really. And great American company who is now part of the Mammoth Nation family. They've highlighted them this week. And so scan the QR code, become a monthly supporter of Mammoth Nation. That will also support the Southern Fried Podcast, Mammoth Nation.
And y'all don't think that we just throw these things up there? Dave's a member and I'm a member. So, Broski says, question, do you eat cornbread for breakfast? I have, Broski.
I have for breakfast a few times in my life.
Yeah.
Hey, I come from poor folk. We are poor folk. I come from poor folk. Hardworking, God-fearing, poor folk. And I can tell you that, and staying at my aunt and uncle's on the farm, whatever was left over from the night before, a lot of times was on the table in the morning, along with the eggs and bacon and everything else. You just throwed it all in a mix, and you kept eating it up till it was gone. So absolutely, man, I can remember eating all kinds of stuff for breakfast that were leftovers from, or at lunch, by lunch, surely. But I did at breakfast many times.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it because I'm going to tell you, I could eat it, but I never was a big fan of oatmeal when I was a kid. Oh, I would be glad to see some cornbread or something instead of oatmeal. Even today, I could eat it, but I'm not a big fan. And that's always on the table.
Oatmeal was better with sugar and milk. What about cream of wheat?
No, I don't eat none of that crap, but I just like oatmeal with toast. I love that. I can do a brown, a little flavored oatmeal, not just plain oat, but like putty dough. I wonder if Miss Jenneth was one of those kids in school that ever ate the crayons or the Play-Doh. Miss Jenneth? Mom eats cream of wheat, she says.
Oh.
Are you, yeah, broski? Yeah, I don't even sound right, does it?
Hey, you put a little bit of sugar on that oatmeal, a little bit of milk.
Jenneth's a big no on the crayon Play-Doh. Just making sure.
Did you eat the glue?
There's glue.
Yeah. What do you mean, what the? I can eat my oatmeal. Come on, look here. Sugar and milk on oatmeal is the way a man eats oatmeal. You know how I know? Because that's the way I eat it. Get off me. Ha.
Maybe Broski was the guy that ate crayons and Play-Doh.
She's not even. Oh.
Well, I'm so glad you do. I'm so glad you do, Broski Bear. And by the way, your boy, every time you get a chance, you defend your boy. Where's the deal at, Broski? Where's the deal? Where's the big deal for Putin? Bombing record number of missiles hitting American companies, or at least companies that have American interest. Where's it at, broski? You got all over me. You said I was being pessimistic. Where's it at? Where's it at? I'm calling you out. Good morning, James.
Hey, Empty Pockets Podcast. Hey, y'all go over and give James a follow there at Empty Pockets Podcast.
Yeah, he's fine folk. Oh my gosh. That is two bad combinations. Cutting grass and grits.
Hey, I cut mine before you ain't kidding about the humidity. Oh my gosh. It is horrible. Absolutely horrible. I don't blame you. I would have ate a light one too. I don't know if grits are light, but did you eat them with a lot of butter and some crumpled up bacon over the top? That's a good way to eat grits.
You'll crumple bacon, but you won't crumple a biscuit? Come on, dude.
You darn skippy.
I cannot believe you just said that.
And you know why I crumple bacon? God. You know why I crumple the bacon? Because it mixes it better with the grits. And you don't need to mix your biscuit
just like a biscuit.
Gravy. If you like crumpled up biscuits in your gravy, you don't like nothing but lumpy gravy.
See how messed up these guys are in South Georgia? My God. You probably clip your toenails while you're eating your biscuit.
Right. That's all there is to it. You ain't got a clue how to eat right. You don't even know what to crumple and what not to crumple. Next thing you know, you'll be up there trying to crumple up a ribeye. Oh my gosh.
Well, I'm out. Nothing wrong with it.
You won't crumple a ribeye, but you'll crumple bacon to go in your grits.
My God. By the way, putting it in grits. Potato. What kind of eating is that?
Crumpling up a baked potato. I could see you get a baked potato out of the oven, wrapped in aluminum foil. Ow. Trying to crumple up a blooming baked potato.
I have.
Good morning, Dave.
You mock it? I have. Then I use a fork because I'm not a caveman. Yeah. What's wrong with that? Dang right. What, there's some kind of Southern protocol to eat a baked potato?
Baked potato, you push the stuff up, you mix it up, and you put your stuff in there. If you crumple it up, you might as well just eat mashed potatoes. It's not the same.
And you got a problem with that?
Good morning, James. We're not angry. We're not angry. I'm just trying to teach Dave the correct way to eat.
You got a problem with that?
Backup. Yeah.
I mean, you are eating a potato.
You're eating it wrong.
There's no code to that. There's no Southern code.
Yes, there is. There's a code to it. There's a code. I mean, you eat it out of the skin. I mean, there's a code.
What do you crumple up your tinfoil in there as well?
You sound like you're from Ohio. Did Steve and James teach you how to eat?
Well, they might have. Our fine friends from Ohio just might have.
Yeah. Oh, did you see the story where that old $500 billion fine that they hit Trump with?
Yeah.
Oh, I bet you could probably. I mean, both of us. I'll agree with that one, broski. But yes, sir. Shrimp and grits is not sausage gravy. No, sir. That is not how you do shrimp and grits. Not with sausage gravy.
Well, you can eat sausage gravy with anything, man. Come on.
Not with shrimp and grits. Not right. No, the white gravy that they make over. You got. Next time you're down here, we're going over Thomasville. We're going to Jonas. You're gonna have some shrimp and grits, Bubba. That is so good. Oh my God. They actually made Southern Comfort magazine with their shrimp and grits. It is.
That sounds like something you vomit from, shrimp and grits. No. Hey man, what happened? You all right there? I'm all right. I just ate some shrimp and grits.
No sir. This is. Oh my gosh.
I'll pass. I don't eat that. I don't eat either of those.
You like shrimp?
No, not much.
Do you like grits? No.
Absolutely not.
Oh my gosh. Well, all right. Well, we'll go to Jonas and you get something else off the menu. The rest of us will eat shrimp and grits. My goodness. But anyway, but I'm gonna say,
Sound like a dive bar.
the
What's
appellate
that?
court overturns a $500 million fine that they slammed on Trump, the Ergon or whatever, Engoron, however you say his name, after all of his over evaluation, everything. They wouldn't award a single dollar, not a single dollar. He didn't get none of it. So this whole farce thing that him and James worked up together, Loretta James, what is that her name? It was Loretta James, right? Or how have you? I am getting her name right.
Letitia.
Am I not? Letitia James and Judge Arthur Engeron. Yeah.
Orgeron.
Yeah.
Orgeron.
It's kind of Engorn. It's Engoron. Like ignoramus. I think that's the way you spell. I think that's the way you spell ignoramus.
I didn't say that I did not eat leftovers, broski. I said I didn't care for them after the second day. I just said I ate leftovers on the breakfast table. Get your facts straight. I am a picky eater, and I won't deny.
You are right, James. And I imagine, though, it's going to end up getting, I bet it gets yanked off before it's over with. I can't see how it can stand. There's no crime. There's absolutely no crime. You know,
they left the crime intact.
Up and threw it, huh?
They left the crime intact, but said there shouldn't be any judgment because it was politically motivated. But they left the crime. It's going to another appeals court, so just have to.
It'll get wiped off, I imagine.
James says he lives on leftovers.
Oh. Yeah, if there's no crime, then they need to remove the charges.
Don't know, broski, but they're nuts.
Yeah.
And by the way, when did Newsom try to? Does he not sound really stupid trying to be the tough guy? Trying to cuss. I mean, he cusses in his little videos now, and he's trying to act like a tough guy. This guy would drop like a rock if he met a real man. Don't try to be a tough guy, Newsom. You're not. You can't pull that off.
Hey, you're so bad at pulling it off. You better be scared of Zelensky. I'm quite sure Zelensky stand up on his little crate and knock the snot out of you, and you'll fall. You ain't tough.
Now, I'll admit I don't do that, broski. Containers or not, I'm not doing it. I would if I didn't have anything else.
No.
But I don't eat. I don't eat things way out. Well,
hey, new scum.
I'm more manly than he is.
To be perfectly honest, AOC is more manly than he is.
Well, so is Macron's wife, but you know.
Oh my gosh, broski, really, you think that? Ain't no way. I think New Scum wants to go and be president of Ukraine. That would be a. Yes, California would have to break their own laws to do that, and that's ridiculous. And why are they even in this conversation? Number one, they are the worst places for gerrymandering there is. They've already done their gerrymandering. They've got everything they can. Now they just want to do some more. They're looking for an excuse they can, is what it boils down to.
What's going to happen in California eventually is they're going to split into at least two states.
Yeah.
The people are going to, they're so diverse. There's no way they can continue down this road. Southern California, very Southern, is not represented. Neither is very Northern California. Well, I'm sure they are moving forward at Broski, but
yeah. Well, they'll keep moving forward and doing this, and it's not just California that's liable to break up, though. There's other states looking at counties and states looking to join other states and everything else, like Idaho, all those. But yeah, Newsom's absolutely willing to do it. He is absolutely willing to do it.
well, he's willing. This is the guy that tried to kill business in his own state, but then went out and broke the same rules that he was trying to enforce. He's a joke. Good morning, all you on Instagram.
And there isn't
That's true, James,
out there, I don't think, that won't try to screw over the American people in any way that they possibly can so that they can try to hang on to power. I do not believe that there is a one out there that wouldn't do that. And Newsom's at the top of that list. He would happily screw over the entire American population just to keep his little bit of power. Yeah, it's not just California on the coastal area. I mean, you going up through Oregon and Washington as well. They ain't none of those red either. It's something about the Pacific Ocean, I think. It's slowly rotting their brains out till we've gotten to this point. And then there's got to be something in the ocean, because a lot of the coastal cities over on the other side the East Coast is like that as well. It's got to be something with the ocean, Dave.
Well, it's time to refill the coffee mugs, and we're going to run a quick commercial for the Southern Fried Coffees. We'll be right back.
Hey, everybody, this is Rob and Dave from the Southern Fried Podcast. We love lots of things here in the South. We love our country. We love our family. We love our God. We love some sweet tea on the front porch on Friday nights. But we're really near and dear and love us some coffee. That being said, 8 o'clock on July the 14th, yes, we will have our coffee out there. Yes.
Yeah. Awesome, man. It's been a dream come true. We talked about this before we were ever a podcast, and we love these coffees. There's 40 plus blends. You'll find something that you like. And most people like coffee. If you don't, I can't help you, but most people like coffee, and there's a lot of coffee here. In fact, our morning show, we say get up, pray up, and coffee up, because we start our day with coffee, and now you can get some for you. Hey, we're very patriotic here. Get some for your veteran friends. You know what? Bless them. And the coffee mugs you see are representatives of logos that we've made. We've got more coming. We're going to put those on coffee mugs, and you'll see our SFP brand there, logo on each coffee. And these prices, Rob, we kept them as reasonable as we can. We cut that margin down because we know times are tough, and we want to help people and put coffee in their home and all of our listeners and followers' home. And I'm proud of this. So big kickoff, Rob. Excited about it.
Absolutely. And hey, y'all, there's no shipping cost on this either. You do not have to pay for shipping. It's already, everything's done. You just go with it. So the price you see,
the QR code works. Just scan it, and and also off of our site, our coffee store, 2 or 3 of our social sites are also linked there. And you can find some of if you don't know where we're located, you can find us there. And come get some coffee. We got plenty. And we're back.
Yes.
Real quick, let's get in a verse of the day. Nay, in all things, we are more than conquerors. Amen. Through him that loved us. Romans 8:37. What a great chapter in the Bible. Love that chapter. And that book. But Romans 8 is a great chapter. And we are more than conquerors through him. And yes,
we have to rise up as a nation of one. MAGA, Make America Great Again, to stop our government from selling us out. It's also time to kick all people who claim to follow the Islamic faith out of the country. Islam, they have purported Islam is a religion of peace. I don't believe it. Nothing that I've seen out of that purports that or supports that. But this is, if you take away their religious freedom, you take away religious freedom from everybody else. You cannot single one group out to take their religious freedom away. As a Christian speaking, I don't want them trampling over my faith and my beliefs and telling me what I can and cannot believe. But I think if you're going to follow Islam, then people need to be aware of who it is. And, you know, I mean, I don't know, because I wouldn't want people on me for my religion. So you can't just single out one religion. But you're right. We need to rise up as a nation of one. And that is the liberal and Democrats' biggest fear, is that we will rise as one. Because everybody's not ever going to rise up as a liberal. They're just not going to do it. He's going to sell prophylactics. Okay. I hear a motor running outside. Broski says, I'm looking forward to some military action in Venezuela and hopefully Mexico as well. Time to shut down those narcos. Yeah. These guys that are out there that are running these gangs and stuff, they need to be shut down. Absolutely. I'm not sure that militarily, I mean, we ought to go in, you know, if we could send the military police into Washington, D.C. to help control crime there, you know, maybe we can do the same in Mexico and Venezuela. James, I am well aware of their goals, and I am well aware that they want me dead. You know, at the same point in time, what do you think, Dave? Can you pick out one religious group and then shut them down and not have the same? I know it's death to the infidels. They want to kill us.
Well,
I don't know.
This is very dicey this morning. I want to be very careful here because I have friends. I have friends. I understand what they say. I know all about, but the people that you're talking about, those that are radicalized, I get what it says. I get that. I have a copy of the Quran and I've read it, and somebody gave it to me to use in my studies and everything. And I've read all the surahs, and I understand that. But I'm not placing on the same level. Don't get mad, but we have imagery in the Bible which can sound just as bad. It's really when you get in the Hadith where you get into holy war, jihad. That's where this really comes from. I got friends that they love America. They're very faithful to their faith. I work with them every day. They are patriotic Americans. They love this country, and they are paying their taxes and raising their family and going to, you know, they're great Americans. I'm not going to paint a brush over a whole group of people. I would say that yes, Christianity is the faith of our country. I mean, it mainly is, but you're free to worship or not worship whatever you want in our nation. We got people that worship Satan. There's the Church of Satan. We got people that worship trees. You have that freedom. The difference is if you enact on those beliefs that cross over the lines of my human rights, my American rights, you know, then that's a problem. But you can't legislate what people believe. I get, you know, people are talking about kicking out, but I'm going to tell you that can swing both ways, like Robert said, and you can end up, you know, it's kind of like, well, we have to kick that out. Well, then they just turn around and use the same thing and trample on your rights as well.
So, Broski and James, I'm going to ask y'all. I'm going to ask you straight up. Are you advocating for us to do away with religious freedom in this country?
I'm not deceived, Broski. I understand the issue. I am telling you that I have friends that are not. They are not for the downfall of the United States of America, and they're not trying to conquer me as a Christian. Now, I'm just telling you, I'm not deceived. I know the dangers. I get it. We're just going to have to agree to disagree here, guys. I'm just not going to go there. And, I get it. We're talking about, we're guaranteed those rights in our country. As long as you don't cross and become treasonous against this country, you're free to worship whatever you believe.
Hey, Broski, it doesn't matter. It matters as a Christian, it matters. But as an American citizen, it doesn't. You have to draw a line.
That's right.
Either we all have religious freedom or none of us do. That's just it. You cannot single out one group. And I'm not for them. Don't get me wrong. I'm not for that. As a Christian, I find it despicable. But as an American citizen, they have the right to worship how they see fit. Now, I'm not saying they have the right to carry out jihad against the infidels. I'm not saying that. They do not have that right. But they can worship how they see fit. They can be of any denomination that they want. But we cannot, either we all have religious freedom or none of us do. That's what I'm saying. You cannot single one out. Broski, that could happen to any religious group.
We've had radicalized. We've had people who call themselves Christians who were radicalized as well.
Yeah,
Eric Rudolph claimed he was doing God's will when he blew up the abortion clinic. That's the difference here. I don't like abortion, but I'm not going to go out and do something violent against people. We have to obey the laws of the land. And
okay,
I'm just saying this is what I knew we were going to disagree on. And I get it. And trust me, I am studied and versed. I am studied and versed in every level of this. If you think I'm not, I don't share it all. I promise you that I have spent decades studying this from all angles. We just don't have to disagree. I get what you're saying. Anything that comes against our nation should be treasonous, but you can't stop people. You can't stop thought, and you can't stop what people worship. You can't do that. Can't do it.
Broski, James, y'all have your opinion on this, but speaking as a veteran who has put blood, sweat, and tears down on this for this country, I'm going to say this. I serve to protect your right to be on here and criticize somebody else. Okay? I preserve your right to go out and worship whatever and however you want to. If you want to go out and say that stick over there is your God, you could do that. You're welcome. I did the same thing for the Baptists. I did the same thing for Christians. I did the same thing for the Muslims. I did the same thing for the Islamic. I laid down blood, sweat, and tears for that, for the rest of our constitutional guaranteed rights as well. All right. If you take one out, you take them all out. And it doesn't matter if they think violence is the answer. If they act on it, they're wrong. But don't throw that back up in my face. I don't like that. That's not what I serve for. And you come in and say I've got it all wrong, and I need to go back and relook at it. I think you need to check yourself and go back and look at your argument. Either you have religious freedom or you don't. You have to make that choice and that determination.
Miss Jennifer, I'm glad you have the day off. No, they can't do that. That would be against the Constitution.
It doesn't make it infantile. At least it does not make it infantile and ass backwards. Okay? You cannot have one group singled out and have religious freedom. You just can't. You can't. And whether I agree with what they believe with or not doesn't matter. I do not agree with what you think this morning. You don't agree with what I think this morning. Does that mean that I shouldn't be allowed to voice my opinion, or you should be allowed to voice yours? I don't agree with the violence. I don't agree with that. So I mean,
we have people that follow that defend our country.
Yeah.
I mean, we have people in this country that still believe in the Klan's teachings. We have people that believe in this country that all Jewish people should be wiped off of the face of the planet, or all whoever. You know, I take people as individuals, and individuals are. I take people. I just don't take people as a whole. I don't agree with their faith. I don't agree, and I certainly don't like the radicalization. I want that out. But you have to take it as it comes and deal with it, because anybody could become radicalized, not just that sect. Anybody, and we're seeing it. We are seeing it. We're being killed more by other things in this country than we are that. Facts.
Yeah. I mean, if you really want to get down to what people follow and what their real religions are, it's got nothing to do with Islam. It's got nothing to do. I mean, Islam does promote violence. I know that. I'm not an idiot. You know, I'm going to look at the more dangerous elements in our country. I mean, look at what's really hurting our country. As Christians, we're not supposed to accept. Okay? We tolerate, but we're not supposed to accept. All right? If they want to be off out there, radicalized stuff like, we don't accept that. We tolerate it. That's the big difference. And our country right now is demanding that we accept it. All right. There's a big difference there between the two. And look where the real religious views are coming from and what people really believe in. It's got nothing to do with Christ anymore. Our religion has become Democrat and Republican in this country, conservative or liberal. That is where our religious views are coming from. And I'm going to tell you, you know, it's ugly, and we need to get back to being Christians. But you know what? I don't have any control over that. I could preach it and talk it all day long. But if you take religious freedom from one group of people, it's just like taking voting rights from one group of people. You would never dream of doing that. You never dream of saying, okay, well, let's just do it these way. The whites can have guns, but the Japanese and the Chinese cannot. You can come and go as you please, but this other group over here cannot. You can't take away a freedom from any one group of religion or group of people. You just can't do it. One of my points is all radical. It's what they actually believe in. Ignoring it isn't a good idea. Rob, you're deflecting. We're talking about Islam. Okay, talk about Islam. Let's give you a platform for this. I'm going to say this. You shouldn't have the right, if that is going to be your take, you should not have religious freedom. We should take that away from you. If we're not going to have religious freedom for everybody, then you shouldn't have it. Give it away. I agree. I know. There, James, and that's what I'm saying. It's tolerated. It's accepted. We're demanded to accept it. Broski, do you like being able to? Do you like being able to worship Christ the way that you want to? Do you like having that freedom? There is a difference between church and state, Broski. There's a difference. I firmly believe in Jesus Christ. I firmly believe that He is our Savior, and that's the only way that we're going to get to heaven. I firmly believe that. All right, but as a country, I mean, why did we come here to start with, or to become America anyway? The colonists wanted religious freedom. That was one of the biggest things they wanted. They wanted to be able to worship how they saw fit. And now you're talking about tearing that whole part down. Great. We don't agree with Islam. Okay, I got you. I don't. I don't think it's right. Well, you don't have to accept it. That's just it. You do not have to accept Islam. And neither do you, James. You don't have to accept Islam. That's their choice. And it's a guaranteed right in the Constitution. And we're going to have to change the subject because I'm getting red faced. Broski, you are welcome to call in. We got front porch talking tonight. We probably don't want to spend a whole show on this, but you are not going to change my mind on this. You may not agree with me, but this is my opinion, and it's guaranteed. They have rights too, just like you do, just like James does, just like I do, just like Dave does. We all have rights in this country to worship who and what we see fit. That is guaranteed under the Constitution. And I know it was set up as a Christian-based, but it's still guaranteed. Whether I agree with it or not. I mean, the same thing can be said for the Jehovah's Witnesses. I don't agree with them either. But I ain't saying that they can't go out and do what they want to do. You know? But that doesn't make me any less Christian than you are. So, I mean, I don't know. All right. I think we spent enough time on that. I'm getting red faced. Save me, Dave. Save me from myself this morning.
Well,
James,
I just say that I know everything you're going to bring up. I get that on that level. I get that. I get where things are going. There's more mosques being built in America than churches right now. Facts. There's more mosques in California than I think church. I get it. Yes, and they're growing bigger families because the American people have been duped down by the government and we're not having enough kids. I know all that stuff, man. Trust me, I know all that. But I know in whom I serve. I know in whom I believe, and I know who wins. I know who wins. And yes, we've got to protect the country, but there are already enough people here today. If everybody was radicalized, we're already there. We would already have it. It would already have happened. I'm telling you that not everybody. I have protected little kids going to their school from people who are promoting what you're saying this morning. Little kids. And right here in my little old area of the neck of the woods. And every time that people get mad about something, we have to provide security because there are idiots out there that will raise up and show up with their Bubba gun and do bad things, or they're made threats on them. And they haven't hurt anybody, and they live their lives, and they never radicalize, and they never do anything against America but be a good American. And we're just not going to agree on it. I'm just saying we're not going to agree on it. But we're
Yeah.
running out of time. Everybody have a great Friday. We'll see you tonight on Front Porch Talking. And I'm going to be in a CPR class, like I said. I'm going to enjoy my day. The coffee is good today. I don't know if we're going to have any storms today.
Looks like we're going to have some down this way, quite possibly.
We know, Broski, I know that too. And trust me, we've had that happen in America too from people who weren't following that. I mean, you can yin to yang to all this.
Yeah, and I didn't say I support them. I already said that I didn't support them. You got to listen. You got to listen. You know, I don't support it, not as a Christian. So.
Yeah, thank you, James. And we welcome people to go to Empty Pockets Podcast and look at the videos. And I get it, man. I promise you that and I'm not being cocky. I promise you there's nothing you can tell me that I haven't already heard, read, or what. I promise you, I am a student of this. I study every faith. I have studied all the history. I know you can't. I promise. We're just disagreeing on this fact. And I listen. As long as someone doesn't come against the Constitution, they're welcome here. As long as they're not denying that. And we do have to be careful. And if it is labeled that by our country, then it is, and then we'll see. But as of right now, it's the freedom they have, and that's it. And without that, then who's going to come along and take down my Christian flag or whatever? I mean, who's going to tell me I can't have a cross on my church, you know? Because under the banner of the cross, bad things have happened too. Bad things. Broski, and I know I love you, man. You're Catholic, but let's go back in history, and you want to talk about conquering and killing, and you see how it goes, man? I mean, we have to be careful where we go with that. I mean, let's learn from the past. Let's make sure that we don't have people doing the bad things today. We're free to believe different things. As long as you're not acting out on your beliefs in a violent way, you're free to believe that.
Yeah, Jennifer,
and I'm going to go take some, and I'm going to go take some kids to school. Talk about radicalizing.
Kids to school, and I am going to get ready to get my day started out too. Hey, y'all have a great day, and we'll see y'all tonight at Front Porch Talking. And no, broski, no. I understand that, but you know we're not talking about that anymore this morning. And you're making it a competition, broski. It's not a competition. Either it's
I'm really, broski, I'm not going to argue the point, man. I love you. I get it. We're just going to, I love you, man. God bless you.
Yes. All right, guys. We will see y'all tonight on Front Porch Talking. Y'all have a great and wonderful day.
And have a blast for a good time that will last. Start your day with a smile, with the hosts that do the most. Get up, pray up, coffee up. Welcome to the morning show with Dave and Rob on the Southern Fried Podcast. We get you up